Alrighty, you guys, welcome back to a brand new episode here on
The ankle.
Hey Amber.
Hello, honey. Welcome to my shit show.
So, right off the bat, I want to give the disclaimer. I know, reacting to other reaction channels, a little iffy. But I would say this is at the hands of Amberlynn. She has now, canonically involved Zachary Michael and Narc Alert into the drama of Girl World beyond just them narrating usually what goes on. So, I think it's only fair. We got to hear Amber's side of it. I want to highlight, on my channel at least, Zachary Michael and Narc Alert's response. They're both, another disclaimer, they're both reactors that I do enjoy. I know I've been a little shady here or there. Chill out. But Zachary Michael does talk about how Amberlynn essentially manipulated him into having this sort of approach, which translated to his audience as well, which I understand. I'm not holding anything against him for that. But yeah, I enjoy both of their content. I haven't watched it as much of late just because I'm ambered out. But she involved them directly into this drama. So I feel like it's only fair that we hear their side of it as well. And yeah, so I've compiled just a little few segments from Zachary's video addressing it, and then Narc Alert did a live stream. Yeah, I feel like it's only fair that for the record, their responses are given as well, at least on this channel. I want to make sure that it all makes sense in the long run. You know what I mean? So anytime that she mentions someone by name, we're going to have to go and check them out if it's shade related, because there is tea in this. So yeah, all that being said, just want to put it out there again. I enjoy both of these creators. I'm not going to be shady towards them, so please let's not, absolutely no hate to either of them. Just want to reiterate that. I don't want to waste too much more time, guys. I feel like this is the longest intro you've ever gotten from me. I've compiled quite a bit. Hopefully it doesn't take us too long to go through, but we'll see. I'm going to clip a lot of unnecessary stuff out. We've seen Amber's original video, so we know. If you guys need more context or reference, I highly recommend going to their channels and watching the videos. But I'm just going to compile their responses.
I'm sure I'm going to have some thoughts to add to it. Some folks have said that she's mentioned me, and I know that there are other reaction channels involved as well. So I know that I have had some information from Amberlynn herself, because there was a point months ago where she DM'd me about some of this stuff. and I, because I do care about people's personal information being shared, and
I get that. I can respect that. I also think, especially in terms of how she spoke to you in those messages, you don't owe that to her. But I get it.
And whatnot, haven't said anything about it, because to the extent that I'm able to not further share personal information about people.
And Narc Alert says, I think Amber low-key wanted Zachary to go and run with that bait. Because just back then and now, she's extremely low for views. She's having to drum up this controversy when she really needs it.
I don't. So I'm curious to see what she's going to say, and I'll let you know when we get to that part of the video if I have anything additional to add to it, okay? All right, because I did tell her, I was like, I won't mention anything about this unless you finally someday speak about it, because, again, I wanted to protect her personal information.
Which, again, I respect, but the little devil on my shoulder is saying you do not owe that to her.
And so if she's speaking about it, I'll let you know if I think there's anything significant I need to add to this conversation, okay?
See why I'm upset
Uh-huh.
later.
Uh-huh.
I can't tell you now, but
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you later.
Uh-huh.
Later is here, and I'm just gonna do it short and quick and to the point.
I will say, if she's gonna be entirely honest based on like the things that she said to me, like I don't understand why she waited this long.
Same. I don't think there was a reason for it other than she needed to hold on to it for when things would get slow and views were low again.
I definitely understand why she would have waited until maybe she was at least out of Kentucky.
Because her views are back down to around where they were around that time period.
I feel that. But she definitely could have said something by now. She definitely could have said something a long time ago.
Well, you could have too. No shade. No shade. Absolutely no shade. I'm not being bitchy when I say that. But you could have said something too.
My energy was
I don't think it's shady that they didn't. I'm not alluding to that at all. I just think it's interesting. Like, I don't know. Unless it was really like sensitive information, I don't think I would owe that to Amberlynn. You know? I mean, private messages, that's a bit more like, but
I can't tell you now, but I'll tell you later. Later is here, and I'm just gonna do it short and quick and to the point.
I will say, if she's gonna be entirely honest based on like the things that she said to me,
oh, you know she's not.
like I don't understand why she waited this long. I definitely understand why she would have waited until maybe she was at least out of Kentucky.
I mean, why though? Like, why?
I feel that. But she definitely could have said something by now. She definitely could have said something a long time ago.
My energy was very much into this back then. I was very upset.
She sure
So,
was.
listen,
She sure was.
you guys
A lot of misplaced anger from Miss Amberlynn Reed. At least towards me.
And that's what makes me think that she was really trying to just drum up the controversy, and now she's doing it again.
At least towards me, which is why I've been waiting for her to say something.
As I speak on this, I also want to thank Zachary Michael.
She also, like, to people who don't watch reaction channels and who don't watch Zachary Michael, from seeing how she talks about him and now to this, to in their perspective, he's going to look like a bitch. He's going to look like someone that's in her back pocket and just walked all over by her. And that's gross.
Because he knew about all of this. I actually told him in private. I didn't give him like the run.
Well, I mean, it doesn't sound like he knew about all of it, girl. You accused him of doxing you when he hadn't said anything. Sorry.
Down. I didn't give him every tiny detail, but he knew who my surgeon was. I went back to try to find the DMs, but I don't know. A lot of DMs were deleted. I don't know if it was because of him or because
They're not
Girl.
deleted at all, bestie girl. Wait, she is such
It's 1,000% because she blocked
a
him.
lie. They are not deleted. And I'm so surprised that she's out here acting like she was so nice to me at the time. Because she was so fucking rude. She was so rude. And even when she was rude as hell to me, I still kept this for her.
Well, and once again, I'm going to say you didn't owe that to her. So I don't necessarily... I feel like it's a neutral move. So you can't be a good or bad person in the scenario because it's just neutral. Just not saying anything, that's quite neutral, you know? Because he continued to talk about it. He says that he was feeling conflicted, like if he should even keep talking about the weight loss surgery aspect of it. Yeah, dude, it just doesn't make sense on her end in my eyes.
Still kept this secret for her because I didn't want people fucking meddling with her life. Ooh, she got me heated saying that these messages are deleted. If anything, I'm wondering, they might...
He flips through them very boldly on screen. I'm surprised y'all fucking sleuths haven't, you know.
They might be deleted because she blocked me several times, but they're all here for me. They're all here.
See, bold.
all here. They're all here, including
And you can tell she was going off.
the time that she said, "Okay, now that's fucking shitty, Zach." She said, "Okay, that's fucking shitty, Zach. We had a personal discussion on why I don't want people knowing who my surgeon is." Okay, so we had two separate conversations. The first one happened because I had
And this is all this is so petty. This is so petty. And she knows exactly what she was doing by bringing all of this up now.
briefly referenced Dr. Smith in a video, okay? I briefly referenced him because she was talking about how she was surprised that her doctor had such low requirements for weight loss for her, because I think she said at one point she only had to lose 1 pound a week or something like that. And I said, I don't know why she's acting so surprised. I know she watches the 1,000 Pound Sisters, and Dr. Smith on that show is constantly giving them very low ballpark goals for weight loss, and he's always been like that. And she took that to be me doxing her.
Well, that's her guilty conscience. That's why. That's why her mind, knowing that she's already spilled so much fucking information herself, is well, people are going to easily put 2 and 2 together. But it's the information you yourself have given out. So can you really be mad at people who's, sorry, it's their job to commentate on it? It's a little ridiculous, don't you think, girl?
That's the original message she sent me, because she was like, doxing isn't okay. I don't know why you would even bring him up. And I was like, girly pop, I didn't even know that.
He only brought him up as a reference. It wasn't even,
He was your surgeon until you told me in this conversation. And then I was very kind to her then, and I said, I did bring it up. This is why I brought him up. I promise that,
he's a better person than me, because I probably would have left her on red. You don't owe her that explanation.
I'm not going to say anything about him unless you say something about him on this channel. And then there was a second conversation, and that's where she DM'd me and said, that's fucking shitty, Zach. I can't believe that you would dox me and expose me. And that's because in one of her videos, I pointed out that she was lying about having a female surgeon.
I think she was more upset that you exposed her lies, but girly plop, if you're gonna lie, just be fucking smarter about it.
About having to travel overnight to get to her surgeons, and then she claimed that I was doxing her, and she was actually quite upset with me.
I'm sure.
I'm not going to sit here and read every single message, but
he so should. I would live for it.
That's a very different tone than this, thank you, Zachary Michael. But you know what? I'll take the thank you. I'll take it, because I really did. I really did know about it this whole time, and I really was respecting your privacy. So you're fucking welcome, despite these rude-ass messages you sent me. Oh, I'm heated. I am heated.
Well, I mean, at this point, I think the only person you can really be mad at is yourself. Because, you should have known Amberlynn was on some fuck shit. That no matter how it was going to go, if you did speak about it or if you didn't, she was going to manipulate the narrative of it all at some point in time. You just should have known that. She is never going to come out and just say the blatant 100% truth.
I'm so heated. Oh, God, it's not even that serious. She just thanked me for keeping her secret. But damn if she wasn't rude as hell to me in a DM.
I'm blocked at one point. It's a mess. I do be blocking. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not though, it would have really fucking changed anything, dude. Most people, I think, at the time were already fucking thinking, well, it's probably that one. Christ. Nobody, I think, really gave a flying fuck that your doctor was Dr. Smith. Okay, let's be so for real.
She does.
Just out of respect, I'm not going to share our DMs because I feel like that's low life.
Well, you said, how are you going to share our DMs? You just said they were deleted.
That part. She's such a liar.
Fashion channels love to share DMs. It's like their
Listen,
it's like, oh, Amberlynn messaged me. Let me show you. It's like,
she did ask me not to share like all of them, so I'm not gonna go give a rundown. Like,
No, you so should.
it's fine. I just wanted to give you the tone of one of them to let you know how different the tone was from the thank you.
Oh, I 1000% believe that. She's a completely different person when dealing with like real life interactions.
I had way more DMs about that situation than what I showed you, because she was so mad at me for doxing her. I'm like, girl, fucking please. Oh my god.
She just needs to be fucking smarter, and I think that's what upsets her more, is that she just can't.
real now, come on. But yeah, Zachary Michael knew, and he didn't say a word. And in his reactions, he acted like he had no idea.
Shady.
And I feel like a lot of people might.
Now what was that? Now what was that? Now what the fuck was that? Was she now trying to make it sound like I'm being fake?
1000%. That kind of like I said, for someone who doesn't know Zachary Michael, that's 1000% how it sounds.
Because she did, in fact, get mad at me for calling out that she was lying about the situation. She did, in fact, because she was like, well, you knew that I was lying about it, so it's unfair for you to call me out for lying about it.
That's sociopathic as fuck. I'm sorry. I don't like to throw out like diagnoses, but oh my god, that is crazy. I'm gonna assume that's essentially what she said. That's fucking crazy.
Essentially what she said to
Right. That's crazy.
me. So I was doing my best to toe the line. So if you're trying to make it out like I'm a bad person for not exposing you right now.
It's because that's what she ultimately wanted at that point in time. That's what she wanted. She needed the views for it. Because everyone was so fucking fed up with Wipey. Everyone was so fed up already with the weight loss story arc. Because everyone knew where it was going to lead. And she didn't get anything out of it. So she then had to drum up even more bullshit. Probably got in a tizzy. And was like, well, fine, we'll just do the breakup.
I just feel like she really thought she was going to get the upper hand trying to make me look bad.
She 1000% was trying to.
For keeping it. It's so weird because she started that off saying, thank you to Zachary Michael for keeping this because he knew this was going on. And he didn't share it because here's the thing, she reached out and told me. I didn't even actually know until she DM'd me and told me, okay? And then
that part, like, she exposed her ass when all it was her own guilty conscience. It wasn't even like you said anything.
The thing that was so frustrating in that second conversation we had, she was literally holding it over me. She was like saying like, you shouldn't be allowed to talk about my weight loss surgery at all anymore because you know this information about me. Like I could go back and read that word for word for you.
And that's really gross. That's really fucking gross. Like, Jesus, dude. And I think, you know what? I'm going to say this and I mean no shade by it. She's only trying that with Zachary Michael because he's the softest of all the reaction channels. And I don't mean that in a bad way, okay? We all need to have like our own space within the Amberverse to fill certain people's tastes of reactions. Not everyone likes the way I react. Not everyone likes the way Jordy reacts. Not everyone likes the way Zach reacts. There's a broad spectrum of reactors for that reason. You know what I mean? He fills out that category. And because Amber sees niceness as weakness, she feels that she can be the one to go in and manipulate him to do her, like, dirty work for her.
She was saying that I shouldn't be. She was doing it what at the time felt like in a very manipulative way because
1000%.
She didn't want me talking.
I didn't think about that like before, but as I was clipping this together, I had more time to really think about everything, and I 1000% agree. It was entirely manipulative.
Talking about her weight loss surgery anymore. And so she put me in a position that was so difficult at the time that I really did spend a lot of time thinking about, like...
I mean, good on you, Zach. Good on you. You're a bigger person than me, because I probably would have fucking leaked that shit. But that is like your own internal struggle. I do think it's shitty that she even put you in the place to have to consider those types of things for who we're talking about. But I mean, at the end of the day, bestie, you could have completely forgot about it or laid it to rest. But her going and sticking her chubby fingers in the situation directly definitely didn't make it any better.
How do I want to move forward?
Because she is a very manipulative person. So even if, like, you don't completely buy into her bullshit, if you're at least feeding the conversation to have some type of end result, you're going to be affected by it anyway, because that's just how fucking awful she is.
Do I just not talk about her weight loss surgery at all, or is there a way I can talk about it where I don't bring up Dr. Smith and what I know about it because she told me? Like, it was such manipulative ass behavior at the time.
1,000%.
And so for her to end that with being like, yeah, he basically was lying to you all and acting like he didn't know anything about it. Because you were manipulating me. You were manipulating me. Oh, I'm so irritated. I'm so fired the fuck up.
Well, I mean, it seemed, I don't know, I don't want to be like an asshole here, but like if you allowed her to manipulate you, then yeah, I see that. That gets into tricky and nasty territories. I feel like very close to victim blaming. So I don't want to really go there, but I don't think like Zachary Michael's necessarily a victim in this. It's just petty online drama. It's not anything like, real. That's why I feel more okay, like kind of being like, well, you kind of allowed her to manipulate the situation. But okay, so that was Zachary Michael's response. I think he framed it in a very good way, pretty straightforward, and yeah. So we're going to hop right into Narc Alert here.
You cheap fuck.
Sorry, when I was skimming through this, I was like, I have to fucking just have that little random segment in there.
Oh my God, you guys are ridiculous. There's no tea here. Nobody doxed it.
And you know what I find interesting? Narc Alert was getting a lot of shady, nasty comments and whatnot. When that was Amber's intent, I think, but it's just so dumb. It's so dumb. You want to know how dumb Amber supporters are? They'll come to reaction channels, pay a super chat just to talk shit. Okay, that's fucking dumb.
Anybody. Nobody went RL and sit down and watch the goddamn reaction, okay? Because this is the one and only time I'm responding to this shit. This is a fucking joke. You guys...
She gets real heated, and I'm kind of here for it. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys are getting up on your haunches about a non-issue. So we're going to do a regular reaction.
To be fair, I don't give a fuck. But, I want to give the rundown for you guys. And Amberlynn has gone and spoken of you guys by name. So you have now been directly inserted into the drama of the Amberverse.
I'm gonna speak to the shit at the end of the video when it comes, and then we're done with it because
I respect that.
Because it's a non-issue. Nobody did anything. Nobody went real life, and nobody did any doxing.
1,000%. I agree. I think, is it more than I would have done? Absolutely. Absolutely. I could not be bothered to go through all that effort. But it's not necessarily wrong.
So, long story short, hundreds and hundreds of people were emailing my surgeon.
I don't believe that.
Finding his...
And even if they were, do you think that they don't fucking hear that shit from literally they have way more famous patients than you, girl. Chill out.
Long story short, yeah, you missed a lot of details in there. So,
emailing my surgeon.
You guys.
Finding his Instagram.
You guys.
Messaging him. They were contacting.
Oh, also, happy St. Patrick's Day, guys. It's so fucking late. Why in the video? Why am I saying it this late? Happy St. Patrick's Day. When I'm not filming videos, I am doing a Leprechaun movie marathon. Of course. And y'all should too.
My surgeon's office through the phone.
Even the 5th and 6th one. If you know, you know.
Through messages.
No.
Any way that people could contact my surgeon, they were finding it and they were doing it. So how did people find out?
She's making it sound like it's just this small little like surgeon, like small time little practice that she was going to see, not this giant world famous bariatric surgeon.
Who my surgeon was? A reaction channel.
That was me.
How did that reaction channel find out?
That was me and Kicking Geese. Do you remember Kicking Geese?
I also find it interesting that Amberlynn did not bring up Kicking Geese at all.
She seems to be remarkably absent from this whole story, but Kicking Geese and I were together.
Does Kicking Geese still do videos? I haven't heard from or like about them in a long time, so I'm not sure.
At the time of the weight loss surgery, right? I'm going to let her finish and then I'm going to name
who my surgeon was, because I read maybe 2 sentences of an email that was sent to me.
Right, but girl, I'm just going to let Narc Alert, Merc, address
By my
it.
surgeon's office.
Okay, for one thing, she says, that's one thing. So how did all the...
Okay, she doesn't specify it. Amberlynn, you released that information, okay? So it doesn't necessarily take a fucking rocket scientist to look at the image that you put up on the screen and get information from it.
The alerts find out how, because we traced 2 lines of an email, a private email that she publicly showed on YouTube, I might add.
Exactly.
Which was,
So, like, how can you specifically say that it was Narc Alert, other than you watch reaction channels, which you 1,000% do, and you knew that Narc Alert was probably one of the only ones at the time that went and actually, like, participated in this intro course or whatever.
This might have more to do with how people found her surgeon.
was like,
But, like, it didn't go anywhere at the time. It was like, oh, okay, well, there's this one, and you can sign up for a free 3-hour course or whatever. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Maybe it's that one. And then, sure shit, it turned out to be that one.
And this surgeon is actually amazing, an amazing surgeon. Number 1 surgeon in the state where I am going, and they do it robotically. And normally,
like, she went down the full fucking list of features that this hospital has and said it's one of the only ones in the country. Well, what more fucking options did you leave people with, Amber?
they actually taught this there. Normally, the surgeon has like 1 robotic in their like hospital or whatever, but they have 2, and they said it's very rare for a bariatric facility to have 2, but they have 2 because of how good they are. This surgeon has won awards. Things are looking up, and things are, I don't know, I'm just feeling really good.
Award-winning surgery, who's the top in the state, who's at a bariatric center that has 2 robotic devices that nobody else has. Gosh.
She said about just about everything except what size fucking underwear Dr. Smith wears. Like, what the fuck?
Merc dug a lot for that.
this reactor wanted
This reactor, but then openly names them in the chat.
to know so
So badly.
who my surgeon
Yeah,
was,
that's what it was.
that they faked wanting to get weight loss surgery just so they could get that email back to them to confirm who my weight loss surgeon was. And once they confirmed who my weight loss surgeon was, what did they do?
This sounds like a lot of assumptions on Amberlynn's part.
They doxed him.
Okay. Now, when Amberlynn Reed mentioned that there was an online seminar that she was going to take, well, our whole community, as well as I'm sure all of Kiwi Farms, and maybe some of the lovely, kind people on Reddit, Well, everybody was very interested in this, right? So, as I've shown you just in that one clip, there's
absolutely zero way that she can pinpoint this all on Narc Alert.
a lot of them, but there's that one clip that basically, without saying a name, has told us exactly the bariatric center she was going to. We were not, to be honest, we were really not that interested in who the hell her surgeon was. The shady, stupid, petty little thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to take the online seminar that Amberlynn was going to take. We wanted to learn all the information she was going to learn, and maybe later down the road we could catch her and stuff because we took that seminar too.
1,000%. I see validity in that. That's deep fucking research, but like that's not necessarily going above and beyond.
An educational seminar on weight loss surgery. Well, now
Amberlynn is just upset that she got.
The problem is, Amber said, I needed to know this so badly that I called up this center and I lied about needing surgery and my weight and all this bullshit to get an email back, right?
Well, I mean, considering it's just like a free kind of intro session, anyone can sign up.
Let me show you. This is from the Kentucky Bariatric Center website. Okay, it's a website. A website by its very nature is a public way to share your contact information for a business. Many businesses build websites so that the general public can find them and contact them to get involved in getting their services or buying their goods. That's what websites are for, right? So given the information that she gave us, we narrowed it down to this particular Kentucky Bariatric Center. Now, to be honest, we were never really sure if this was the right place, but, we just figured, close enough anyway, right?
I mean, shit, she just about said it.
You'll see this form here. It says, this form is not intended for the submission of personal medical information. What they ask here for is a date, how many people are going to attend, your name, your email address, your phone number, insurance, and how you heard about them.
So it doesn't even ask for a weight, height or weight or anything. Not specific at all.
So I did lie. I said I was self-paid because I don't really have insurance. But if I was going to go to Kentucky Bariatric Institute, I would be a self-pay. So I guess it's not really a lie. Now, involved in this seminar and also on the website, you can see right here is a little thing called Meet Our Team. Meet Our Team. Now, the delicate and doxed Dr. Smith is right here. Remember, she's the one that...
She brings up a good point, which I also addressed when I originally watched the video, that it does not make Dr. Smith or his office look good at all, the shit that she is saying. So, if it's true, because I don't think it is. I think it's all just some bullshit excuse for, the reason why she didn't want to continue on with it, which is just dumb. But, dude, Amber, you gotta be careful, girl. You gotta be careful. He has a lot of money. He's a doctor, for one. He's a surgeon, for two. And three, he's paid by TLC also. So you need to be careful, girly. You need to be careful because you're making him look like a doormat. Like you walk all over him too. And it does not make him look professional within the medical practice that he's in, what you're saying. And that could be defamatory.
It said it was the award-winning head of the place.
Plus, like, this was all a non-issue until Amberlynn brought it up again. No one was talking about this. And then, once again, when her views are low and she's lackluster for producing content, she's got to bring up some old, stale-ass drama.
Who's done...
Which inevitably is only going to make her life harder in the present.
Celebrities. The man has an Instagram with 50,000 followers. Apparently, I don't know. I heard Zachary Michael say that yesterday. Can you tell me how the fuck I can dox a doctor who's got a website with their contact information there? With a general form for anybody to fill out. Anybody
1,000%
can go on this website and fill out this form. Anybody. And you can get a link to that online seminar and you can take it. You know what we did? And about 200 people took it.
That's a lot. That is a
And
lot.
it was fun, and it was quite boring, to be honest. It wasn't that interesting.
But I mean, who knows? I doubt a majority of that was, Narc Alert viewers.
And then we moved on from it.
I think she's using the royal we.
And I'll tell you something else. You know, when we took the seminar, the day after Amberlynn Reed took the seminar. Okay, it's so stupid.
Exactly.
We never asked
I think that's more so like what she's pissed off about is that she got.
anybody to phone the fucking doctor. I don't even remember the doctor's name until she said it. Nobody cares. It's such a non-issue. We filled out a
I mean, that's probably true. Narc Alert doesn't really talk about like the 1,000-pound sisters or anything like that. So
friggin' form to watch a weight loss seminar. That's what the famous doxing is all about. I know. I found a surgeon's public website. I'm a monster. I don't even remember pointing out his contact information. I
I had to include the snark. Like, come on, you guys.
filled out this form. I'm the one that's, quite frankly, still getting email from the Kentucky Bariatric Institute.
Which means Amberlynn is too.
Like Amber said, you
So I wonder if she's being like constantly reminded about it.
a famous television surgeon with thousands of followers, and you guys sniffed him out. We didn't do anything wrong, and we didn't dox the surgeon, I'll tell you that. The other thing is
1,000%.
Kicking Geese is sitting right beside me, telling me to lie about the insurance. So she's no innocent angel in all this either, Amberlynn Reed.
Shady.
But regardless, she is, because we didn't do anything wrong. Did we go
No.
too far? Probably. Was it
I don't think it's going too far. It's all public information, and you didn't really have to lie or directly reach out to anyone to like make it happen. And it's not like you were in this live stream intro course or whatever, typing out like, Amberlynn, are you here? Amberlynn. Like, it's more than I would have done. It's more effort than I would have put into something. But, to each their own.
stupid? Yeah. Would I do it again? Probably not.
Valid.
But we really didn't do anything wrong. We didn't dox anybody, and
No.
we certainly didn't ruin her surgery. It's amazing how we showed that seminar the day after she took it, and yet all these hundreds of alerts sat on that personal contact information for fucking months before they started calling the doctor.
Exactly. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. She was watching Mark at the time and knew that this was something that happened. So she put it in her back pocket and saved it, and she's going to manipulate the scenario however she has to.
Like 10 months later to get her surgery moved up, and then she didn't like that and
That's the funny part. Like, it ended up being better for her, apparently. So why is she upset about it?
couldn't do it. So I still don't even understand what the problem was here. In the moment, she was mad at him, but she was mad at us. But apparently it wasn't Kiwi Farms or Reddit. Like, Amber, you gave out enough personal information that the whole damn internet knew where you were going for the surgery.
1,000%. It wasn't just people on Narc Alert's channel talking about it. It was everyone's channel. I mean, I wasn't a reactor at the time, but I was watching reaction channels and everyone was fucking saying it was Dr. Smith.
Nobody doxed your doctor. So stupid.
It's the same thing with fucking Feline. She goes and tells so much information about these people and then backtracks when, go figure, the fucking obvious happens.
Weight loss surgery, but I was fighting against hundreds of people because of a careless reaction channel.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I was pissed. I was hurt.
You know who's Carol?
No, you were pissed that you got. I'm going to keep saying that. Sorry, guys. But, like, it's what happened.
Careless Amber, you. That's why you're trying to twist this narrative
1,000%.
like you always do. Because really, if you want, lots of people, famous people, not that she is, celebrities go to doctors and people know the doctors they go to for this stuff. It's not a big deal.
Literally. Like, some of the worst fucking plastic surgery jobs in the world. You can find out which doctor did it, and they're probably still working. Like, is that doxing them? No.
But if you truly want to keep that secret, then you shut your fucking mouth and you don't talk about how good he is and what he does and what's in the clinic and what
That part. Like, she just wanted to brag so fucking badly.
awards he's won. You shut your
But it's like, girly plop, you live in the middle of fucking nowhere. So, sorry if it's easier to, sniff out these places that you're talking about, because you literally go nowhere. You can't travel outside of like a 50-mile radius at max. So like, what is it?
Your mouth. You know who's careless? You're careless. You were careless, not us. We were stupid.
Because it's like, react to me all day. Go for it. I really don't care at this point. But
Oh, she does. She does.
stop getting in the fucking way of my life.
Here's the other thing.
Oh, you know what? I shouldn't be reacting to Amberlynn. I should be reacting to what Merc is saying. But Amberlynn, go fucking cry about it.
What kind of fucking center lets randos from the internet phone the surgeon to talk about one of his patients? Can
That part.
you tell me what in the name of holy HIPAA
This is where, like, I feel like Amberlynn could get herself into some real trouble.
is going on in the United States that can happen? Because I'm guessing if you found out where my doctor was and phoned them, you wouldn't get through. What the
Right.
What the fuck are randos on the internet having an impact on her healthcare plan?
Exactly.
What in the hell kind of famous doctor? Quite frankly, he should sue her for slander.
That's what I'm saying.
Because she's making him look like shit. This doctor's so weak that a few phone calls from randos on the internet make him backtrack and change his entire surgical plan for her.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous.
Really, Amber?
And I said it originally when the video first aired. I said, this is not a good look, Amberlynn. I would not be surprised if this doctor reached out to you and said, knock it off.
I'm guessing Dr. Smith might disagree with that.
Like, you
Especially if it's all not true. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing. If it is true, then there's not really much legally that he could necessarily do about it. But it's all most likely a lie. So it doesn't make him look good.
got in the way of my life.
No, you
Oh, girl, please. You'd still be fat. Shut up.
did.
So once the surgeon heard about all
This
this,
is the good
and
part.
heard my side of the story, that is when things were changed. And he was like, you know what? A year is way too long. Explained to me that they've never been in this type of situation.
Right, all of a sudden. Also, Amberlynn alludes to the fact that, like, this all just kind of naturally happened. No. From the get-go, when they said you're going to need to go a year without binging, she cried. She broke down and had a fucking mentee B right there in the doctor's office. Like, she's put up a fight since the very second they said that she would have to do that. So this all just didn't come out of nowhere. Amberlynn forced this.
So we did a help. She could get the surgery earlier. We did a help.
Situation where, like, someone who was well known gets doxxed, and now he's receiving all of these messages.
Like, I love to see Amberlynn get caught up in the lie, and it all never makes fucking sense.
And calls.
He wasn't doxxed, you moron.
Does TLC dox him every time that he's in an episode? No, shut the fuck up. I mean, he has to sign a waiver and everything for that type of appearance, but, like, shut up, girl.
You know what doxing is? Sharing a public website with public contact.
He works directly with, like, what some people might consider a controversial TV show, because, like, TLC in its nature is an exploitative network. Most of their programs are doing some type of exploitation of whatever subject they're focusing in on. So, like, I'm sure they get their fair share of fucking hateful messages.
Information on it for a public service. Okay, private service, whatever. It's not doxing. And the entire internet has said it, except for, bless yo mama, but,
I'm sorry, I had to include that.
everybody in the damn community knows it wasn't doxing and you're just being ridiculous.
And that is the end, you guys. Wow, this was a long one. Wowzers. Okay. I do hope you enjoyed. Definitely let me know your thoughts. Like I said, this is just kind of a one-off. I will only, from here on out, do reactions or directly address other channels if Amberlynn or Foodie herself directly bring them up. It's a dry day in Girl World. So I figured I'll get a little video out for you guys. So yeah, I hope you're having a great St. Patrick's Day or just a great regular day, you know. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like and subscribe, become a channel member, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.